Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's an honor having you all here. Mostly so I can announce what the project I was working on is. Before I tell you, I'd just like to thank all of my engines, including visiting engines, for coming to help. But the engine that I'd like to thank most of all is it's definitely gonna be me, because I've worked way more than all of you. Toby, wait, what? My polite old tram engine. Ever since I brought him to this railway, he has been one of the most useful engines on the island. Before him, I was used to Tom. I was used to Tom. I was used to. I was used to Thomas. To engines like Thomas, Edward, Henry, Gordon, James, and Percy. When I grew up, when I was controller of the Northwestern Railway. But Toby was a much more pleasant experience for me. And ever since then, he's been the most useful engine I've ever had. Specifically, the one who did most of the work. But I don't understand. All of the 7 of us worked our bunkers and tenders off trying to move Cranky. And we don't even get appreciated. Oh, shut up, Gordon. I'm sorry, what was that, Henry? Shut up. I'm sorry, how dare you? Gordon, shut up. What the... whatever. Anyways, let's focus on what the project is. Apparently, ever since then, I was thinking of building a new structure on Sodor when I had the space and money to. And now that I finally did, I'd like to present you all to the new project. I'd like to show you all the superstation. But narrator, I seriously don't need you to make the sound effect. Oh, sorry. God. Fine, sorry. Okay, now, so yeah, I'd like to present to you all the superstation, involving 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, whatever, forget it. Involving of many different stations combined together in one. Starting off with Cranky the Crane, who I simply removed from the docks ever since Carly and Big Mickey were taking over, and moved him up to the superstation where he'll be living from now on. How can life get any worse for me? Simply how? Next up, I have no idea where Harold is, but here's his new thing that will be staying up here from now on. Then we have the Vickerstown Diesel Works at the back, followed by the Steam Works, and then Knapford Station. Coming before those is Owen from the incline from the Blue Mountain Quarry. who helps to carry who helps out by carrying Gordon's no, who helps out by by supporting Gordon's Hill, or by serving Gordon's Hill as a support. And finally, we have a small bridge over here. So without further ado, I'd like you, Toby, to cut the ribbon, followed by everyone else. Yes, sir, said Toby. So Sir Topham Hatt climbed aboard, and Toby puffed forward to cut the ribbon.